Good morning. Arthur Rafferty speaking on behalf of the Arthur Rafferty Foundation. Now, after 44 years of trying to find out who brutally murdered my unarmed father in 1974, I was offered no help from any government agencies, from any victim groups, from any so-called politicians, and no help at all from that corrupt band of scum calling themselves a police force here in Northern Ireland. I found out myself who was involved in the murder of my father. My father was murdered by a police informer called Rafferty, aka Steak Knife. This scum was employed by the RUC, PSNI, Special Branch, and also the FRU. That is the Forces Research Unit, a unit of the British Army whose job was to employ terrorists from both Republican and loyalist paramilitary groups to murder innocent members of the public, and they were well paid for their dirty work. Now, Skipetici was their jewel in the crown and was guilty of mass murder of many innocent unarmed members of the public. The RUC PSNA have known for the past 44 years, along with the British state, what their informers were doing, and turned a blind eye to their murders and gave them a complete pardon for their crimes. And they also supplied them with the guns to carry out their crimes and paid them out of the public purse. Now, I've been trying for many years to get the scum who murdered my father to court to stand trial for their crimes. But this corrupt police force who have known who murdered my father have withheld vital evidence for the past 44 years. Also, the evidence gathered at the scene of my father's murder and held in a fortified police station at York Road in Belfast has gone missing, and no one was ever charged with the crime. Now, this police station is manned for 24 hours a day, so how can anyone walk into a police station and steal vital evidence and walk out? This police force has a lot to answer for. This police force, the RUC PSNI Special Branch, are the personification of pure evilness. What they have done to my family together to cover up for their mass murder informer Skipetici, they have colluded with the legal system and the court services so that I cannot get legal aid to get my father's case to court, and I cannot get an honest lawyer to take my father's case on the orders of that corrupt bar council. This coming from people who are supposed to uphold law and order and the legal services. Then you have that RUC PSNA. Now add them all together and this has to be the most corrupt country on the planet Earth. And as to that, I have no doubts. Also, the Attorney General's office has refused to carry out an inquest on my father's case. That is 44 years old. By law, I am entitled to ask for an inquest on my father's murdered body. But, of course, it might open up a can of worms on those scum who were involved in my father's murder, such as RUC, PSNI, Sinn Féin ARA and the British state, who were up to no good in this dirty war, with many top members of Sinn Féin ARA on their payroll. And to add insult to injury, those 4 people who were charged with rape of a young woman recently at the Legacy courts, they received plenty of attention from the media, BBC, UTV and all the papers. Also, they got the help of other rugby players who came to the court to support them. These people are a total disgrace. And now, I find that they have received legal aid to pay for their case. I thought legal aid was for people who were not employed and could not afford to pay the cost of their cases. What is the difference between these rapists receiving legal aid for what they have done, the atrocious crime they have committed, and my unarmed father, Arthur Joseph Rafferty, who was murdered by the RUC PSNA and is refused legal aid to fight his case? It seems to me that legal aid is granted to rapists, members of paramilitary groups, perverts, paedophiles, gay rates, 14 hooded terrorists from Sinn Féin area. Yet my father, Arthur Joseph Rafferty, who worked at the Belfast docks all his life, and worked hard, and was brutally murdered by the RUC, PSNI and the British state, is not entitled to legal aid. According to that corrupt legal services agency, or maybe you have to be a rapist to get legal aid in this corrupt country. But I will get justice for my father, one way or the other. On that, you can depend. Anyone, if you like a tip of this story, or any one of my stories, can call me on my mobile 077 15921 Leave your name and address and I will send you a tip free. Thank you. Anyone who has a story to tell and wishes me to air it can call me on my mobile 07715921137, or I can send a reporter out to get your story. And remember, I will tell your story as you tell me. Nothing will be cut out. Now watch more of my stories on YouTube, ArthurRafferty.com, YouTube Arthur Rafferty, Arthur Rafferty Docker, YouTube Jackspot 2012. That is a tip about the brutal murder of my father by a 5-man gang of Sinn Féin area, all police informers, led by Ferry Scappaticci, on the orders of the British government, the RUC, PSNI and the Special Branch. That Sinn Féin area scum Scappaticci carried out their orders on their command. My email is arthurrafferty1@gmail.com. Thank you for watching ASNI TV. Good morning and I will see you soon.